Dear parent, you should never be made to feel indebted to your parents for the things that they freely chose to give you. Because at the end of the day, they did what they were supposed to do. They're parents, right? It's usually, we always hear things like, I've done this for you, I did this for you, I've sacrificed this and that for you. And it's like, yeah, that's the gig. That's literally the gig you signed up for. The minute you took me from the hospital and you brought me home, there was an agreement explicitly and implicitly that you are there to be there for me in a multitude of ways. And at the end of the day, people are appreciative. I'm pretty sure over the years, you probably have mentioned the one or a few times how your folks may have shown up for you. But please hear me. Gratitude and emotional obligation are not the same thing. You could be grateful for what your parents have done, even if it's one or two things, but that does not mean that we should allow them to use words and language like, oh, I've sacrificed for you, I've done this for you, and X, Y, and Z. They're trying to create emotional obligation, and that's just not right. That is very harmful, because at the end of the day, they're trying to seek all kinds of access to you, whether it's your time, your resources, your money, your mental health. And that's just not fair, because when they don't get it, that's when you usually will hear things such as, I sacrificed, you don't care for me, I've done this and this, you're ungrateful. And I just need you to understand to pay very close attention to word choice. Because at the end of the day, I'm sure parts of you are grateful. I'm sure parts of you, there have been times in the past or recently you've said thank you. But do not allow that to then bleed over into the idea of they're asking for more emotional obligation from you, because that is very different. That's dangerous. I had a client say this. This is why I wanted to share this with you all. It's like, I had a client the other day say, he kept using words such as, I'm very appreciative of my folks. They were willing to do this. They were kind to do this. They went out of their way to do this. And I just remember like what was going on for me internally. I said, wait a minute, Doc, like you got to say something here. So I spoke up and I said, hey, can I just push back, please? You're using language like, my folks were willing to do this. They were kind to do this. And I said, at the end of the day, they're your parents. That's what they signed up for. That's what they chose to do. Do not allow the gratitude you feel for them today to then give them inappropriate access to you and your mental health and all of that, because he's really going through it with this folks on a lot of the things that we've been talking about here in this community, in this space. And so I just remember when I said that to him, he just like lit up and he was just like, you know what, Doc, you're right. I never thought of it like that. And I'm like, yeah, you can be grateful, but do not allow that gratitude to then for them to use words and language or games to then have you thinking that, oh, I'm emotionally obligated to them. Like, well, I feel bad because they've done things for me. That's what they signed up to do. I'm a father of twins, and my wife and I do not relate to our twins in that way at all. This is a gig. We signed up for the gig. It's one of the hardest gigs out there. I'm sure you definitely know, dear parent, but I've never woken up and ever said to myself, my kids owe me this because I'm doing this for them. Sign up for the gig. And so please watch out for language. Be very, very clear about gratitude and emotional obligation, and because that will actually help save a lot of like confusion you may have as you relate to your folks, because you're parenting and then you may still be dealing with your folks at the end of the day as well. So hang in there. We have more conversations to be had. Subscribe, follow, and please let's keep having these difficult conversations. Stay safe out there.